Hello everyone, welcome to this week tutorial. This week we are going to start learning Microsoft Access. Um, Under this learning program, actually we are doing three tutorial sessions under for Microsoft Access. So this is the first one that we are going to do today. Now, I'm very sure that we have a quite good understanding about Microsoft Excel and its users. So you might be wondering why we want to learn more applications for database management. If we have already learned MS Access. So if you look at these two applications, there are pros and cons for each application. But the decisions on what application you would need to go with for your construction information management requirements depend on your project requirements primarily. So, but if I want to draw out few comparison between these two applications, like if you can remember, in Excel, actually it has quite a large data storage facility, and at the same time we can work with a lot of data in different sheets using rows, columns, and cells. And Excel is very useful when it comes to data analysis and reporting. We can create charts, we can create a lot of tables, and it has a lot of operational functions inbuilt in Excel. So it's quite user friendly, but it's more open to the viewer. All the data that is there in Excel sheets can be easily viewed by anyone. The other thing is actually it's not quite easy to create interactive forms to enter data. You can keep all the records of what you want to store at the back end of the Excel, and use kind of a main menu to enter data. It's a bit difficult, but if you learn a lot of Excel, then you will be able to use Excel programming using database, where you can create a lot of interactive sheets. However, with Access, you will learn that creating interactive forms to enter data is very easy. If the data base structure or the table structures are going to be stable, and you don't need to change them time, then Access will be the easiest way of dealing with data and maintaining databases. However, since today is the first day, I'm not going to talk lot about the differences or the similarities between these two applications. You will realize it when you study Access, the importance and what you can do with these two applications. Right. Now, if you go to views, and if you go to today's lecture materials, you can open this tutorial one question sheet, and please open that question sheet. The tutorial one question sheet is what you are seeing on my screen now. Now let's look at what are we trying to learn during this session. The number one is we will try to create a simple database. So what is database? Database is a system where we keep a set of data, keep records. It can be a table, it can be any form of storing structure. And secondly, we will be learning how to use a form for data entry. That is kind of a screen view with functional buttons, so you can enter information into your database through it. So it's like you enter data into uh, to certain fields, so that these data will be sent to our original databases. And thirdly, we'll be learning how to create queries to retrieve or to take data back from our databases. Because when you think of very large databases with thousands or maybe 10,000, and the number of multiple or many number of fields um, uh, like uh, something for um, so let's take an example from our um, construction field. Now, for example, if you want to store data of your subcontractors, so there will be a large number of entries of subcontractors. At the same time, for each subcontractor, you may need to store a lot of different data like their names, phone numbers, company details, and price details, their previous job records, likewise. There are number of different data will be there in our databases. So when we want to retrieve data, so there should be some filtering methods. So that is what we do using queries. So we are learning these three things today. First one is how to create a simple database, then how to use a form to enter data into the database, then thirdly, how to use a query option access to retrieve data. Now, if you go through this tutorial question sheet, you will realize that all the steps for you to understand how to create databases and how to create forms and how to run queries are there written in this document very clearly. So anyone that who's a beginner would find this is very helpful and useful. So I'm going to use this as a guide, and I hope you will follow me. And in case if you have any question, you can go back to this question paper and repeat the work, and you can understand each and every step on these tasks. Okay, let's start with task one. Creating a sample database. To do this, you need to have Microsoft Access in your computers. Click on Microsoft Access application, and this is what will happen. You click when you select Microsoft Access. It will open up on your screen. So from these available templates, select blank database. When you select the blank database, you can see there is an option where you can enter the file name to the database that you want to create. So if you want to change this file name, you can change the file name. Like I want to make this file name as database tut one. And you can select the folder where you want to save these in. So I'll be selecting one of my folders, and I'll Here I gave the destination of the folder. Now this will be saved in this folder. Now then simply click on the create button. When you click on the create button, it will open up like this with a table, and the title of the table is table 1. Now, so this table is what we call a database. Now, from here we are going to create this database, and to create the database we want to select this icon. We call this the design view icon. When you click that icon, you have to give a name for this table. Now here we are going to create a database for our company details. So change the name to company details and then click OK. Now, so this is the database. We have given it name, that's company details. Now, if you look at several it has several fields, so you can give the field names. They are like what you want to store in your database, right? So in this example we have a number of fields starting from company ID, company name, address, suburb, state, postcode, contact name, phone number, fax number, email, contract price, area covered. So this is like we are trying to store subcontractors for our company, and so simply we will be starting this by writing the first field name, that is company ID, and so this is the field name. So what is the type of data we want to store in this field, right? So it could be a text, number, date, time, currency. There are so many options. Now I want this to be text. When you select text, so you can see the characteristic of data that you selected, data type that you selected. Now this field size means how many text you want to have in this company ID field. So since it's an ID, I think I want to limit the number of text that will be written into this field. So I would make it 5, right? And then type the rest of the list our example. Now company, thirdly address. Suburb. So I'll first write down the field name, then I'll go and change the data type for each record. Phone number, fax number, email, contract price, area covered. We have already selected the data for company ID. Then for the company name, it's again text. So how many what would be the size for that text? Let's say 15 characters. Obviously I don't want maybe 50. Yes, right, 50. And address again, it's text, maybe 50 again. Suburb, maybe 15. And postcode, it should be number. In terms of number, there are two options: long integer, byte. You know what is byte? So I'd be going with integer. Contact name is text again, maybe 15. Phone number could be text. Let's say 10. Fax number, it's again 10. Email 15. Contract price, currency, area covered, it's text, and maybe 25. So once this is done, now we have already created our database. That's table. Now, so this is again one of the very important things about these databases. That's the primary key. So this is kind of a unique reference that we want to keep for all the related databases with these companies, subcontractors. We will be learning it time to come and in next sessions as well. So we want to use a unique code or identification code so that we can, when we want to link these databases with other databases, that it will still draw the link between these different databases, right? So if this is automatically on, that's fine. If it is not, then right click on the field name, and then you can select the primary key, and you can see the primary key is already set for this table. So I'll be taking as it is. So my company ID is the primary key. If you want, you can change primary key for any of other fields, but it depends on what is the common field that is going to be in databases, including these subcontractors. Right? So if this is done, we have to save our database always. Save your database. Then you can change this design into view button. Now you can see we have this table. Right now, as the next step, you want to go back into your views learning items for this week, and there is a list of companies with these information so that you can fill the records of 5 companies into this table. Please go and open that DP table. That's not it. This is the data table, company details table data. So you need to open this file, and there are 10 different companies with the information for the other fields. So you have to fill at least 5 for the moment to complete this task. So quickly finish this, and then we can go to the other parts. That's that's how we have planned our work now. So I'll start entering these records into my table. You can do the same with me. First company ID is it's capital C 4001. A1 Concrete Pumping Services Private Limited. Port University Street. And the suburb is Baychard. The postcode 2040. We don't have a contact name in our, just leave it as it is. Phone number is there, 963-56987, 963-58987. Fax number 936544854. Email bthompson@hotmail.com. Now you see in my case, the field size is not enough to enter this email address. So obviously I have to change the field size. So that was for the email, and I would increase it to 30. Save it again, and now it's working. You can see if the field size is not enough, then you have changed field size so that you can enter data without a problem. So this is contract price for the 1.5 million. Area covered, city metro. So we can change the currency here. If you want to do this again, you can come here and select the currency. This format should be because I didn't have any other option. 039. There's no contact name. Let's say Baldwin. Thompson. 96 526 91 527. Stolen.gmail. And .com. So this is 50,000. I'll come back to this currency format again. City Western Suburb. Third one. One Liverpool Road. Strathfield South. Strathfield South. Okay, I should have increased the field size for the suburb as well. Suburb. So let's make it 30, 25. Always save the file when you've done the view. Yeah, south. And postcode is 232036. It's in Thompson.